Hello everyone, welcome to Clean Corporate Talks. So why do we need a national clean air program in a country like India? We have recently launched the second phase of National Clean Air Program, that is NCAP 2025. But why do we need this at the first place? Let me show you two pictures. The picture on the left is a little hazy, while the picture on the right is very clear. Something you can say like it is high HD, ultra high definition. But what if I tell you that both the pictures are taken from the same mobile, same camera, just 1 week apart? Yes, the first picture on the left is from Lonavala, India, and second picture is on the right from Zurich, Switzerland. Taken both the pictures are taken by me, just 1 week apart by the same mobile, same camera. The point I want to make here is that see in India, uh, a little haziness is there, at least in metro cities like Bombay and Delhi. This is now apparent. You can see that the visibility is reduced. There is so much pollution in the air, and if you go towards Europe or the US, you will find the air is so clean. So this is the reason, including many other reasons such as health effects, environmental effects, societal effects, which we will see in this video. The reasons why we need a national clean air program or NCAP. So everything we will discuss in this video, so stay till last. This video is divided in two parts. The first part is a more generalized information about the NCAP 2025, and the second part will include more details, more technical details. So if you want to know more technical specifications about air quality, you should watch the second part as well. But if you want just a general awareness about the NCAP, then the first video is sufficient for you. You don't need to watch the second video. Anyway, we'll begin now, so stay till last. So this is the general overview of our today's video, and just to give you a account for uh, the number of deaths that happen every day in India because of polluted air is approximately 4,500, which turns out to be 16 lakh deaths per year, directly or indirectly because of polluted air. And this also amounts to an economic loss of approximately 3 lakh crores every year, which is huge. Another report by another report on the world air quality by IQ Air tells that the top 10 polluted cities in world, the first two are from India, and total 5 out of the 10 are in India. The it takes PM 2.5 as a reference, and the National Ambient Air Quality Standard tells that PM 2.5 annual average should be approximately 40 microgram per meter cube, while the first two cities in India have an annual average more than 100 microgram per meter cube. So you can imagine how polluted the air in India is, and that's why national clean air program is a must for a country like India, which was initially launched in 2019, and recently in May 2025 the phase 2 of national clean air program has been launched. This program needs a combination of government policies, advanced technologies, public participation, and multi-sectoral coordination to improve the air we breathe in India. This program has the major target on reducing PM10 and PM 2.5, uh, including, and there are other pollutants also which are monitored and uh, targeted to reduce, but PM 2.5 and PM10 are the most prioritized parameters which needs to be reduced under this program. So what is PM10 and PM 2.5? Particulate matter which are less than 10 micrometer in size are PM10, and those which are less than 2.5 are PM 2.5. So anyway, the NCAP was launched in January 10, 2019 by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change as a flagship environmental initiative to reduce air pollution in India. Initially, it targeted 102, but later it targets 132 cities, which consistently failed to attain the national ambient air quality standards. And to define these 32 cities, how to decide these 32 cities, they were based on the data provided by the Central Pollution Control Board for the year 2017 2018. Central Pollution Control Board is another apex body in India which looks after the pollution level, pollution control measures, pollution monitoring in India. So the major goal of NCAP was to reduce PM10 and PM2.5 pollution levels systematically while fostering a sustainable development across sectors. The problem with PM10 and PM2.5 is uh, they get inside our body. PM10 will travel at least to the upper part of respiratory system, while PM2.5 will go till alveoli, and from alveoli it also gets into the bloodstream, and both of them causes uh, numerous health effects including respiratory tract infection or so on. Therefore it is a high time to reduce the PM10 and PM2.5 pollution in air. So original target was to reduce at least 20-30% in both the parameters by 2017-18 to 2024, but later it was revised, and now the latest target says to reduce them by 40% or meeting the national ambient air quality standards by 2025-2026. So this is a multi-sectoral approach which needs integrated action across transportation, industry, agricultural, waste management practices to tackle such a problem like air pollution. Now, the technical aspects of NCAP include extensive monitoring network. There are more than 1500 manual and continuous monitoring stations which keeps on collecting the air and monitoring the air quality and at various parameters such as PM10, PM2.5, NOx, SOx, ozone, lead, nickel, and a few more parameters are monitored to decide whether the air quality is good, bad, or what is the status of air quality. Then these data are continuously recorded, and then these data are used to interpret and forecast the air quality of any region. Real-time data is integrated via Sameer app and Prana portal, which studies to identify pollution sources like vehicular contribution, which was approximately 20 to 40% in Delhi. Then, based on the pollution status, pollution control devices or measures are suggested, such as for cleaner fuel productions, BS5, BS6 norms are currently enforced in India, are stricter on which are stricter rules for the production of exhaust gases from vehicles. Then electrostatic precipitators are suggested for industry such as coal or thermal power plants. uh, then biomethanation is suggested for the organic waste so that they are not burned randomly, and they are properly in a scientific way degraded, from which biogas is also generated, which can be used as a source of fuel. If otherwise it if burned randomly, it will create another air pollutants such as PM10, PM2.5, and may also produce SOx, NOx, which will be another harmful to the people living in this city or country. Then airshed management and standards are provided. uh, this treats the pollution regionally using satellite images and AI for forecasting. This aligns with national ambient air quality standards, which state that PM10, PM2.5 should be 40 microgram per meter cube or less, and PM10 should be 60 microgram per meter cube or less annually. Now, the financial aspects of an NCAP tells us that there was approximately 20,000 crore funding for the year 2019 to 2024-25. But later it was realized that uh, due to many reasons, maybe the procedure or the delay in fund allotment, by 2025 only 60 and 70% of the funds were utilized. Therefore this was extended, and now the target is to complete this by 2025-2026. Performance based initiatives or incentives were also provided to those cities which achieved their targets. Then economic benefits are that because of reduced pollution, there will be reduced healthcare cost and productivity losses from polluted air that will save in India an estimated $95 billion annually. Then there is a need to call for the private sector involvement, because for a country like India, which is so huge and so much populated, that depending just on the government authorities is difficult to clean the polluted air, and therefore we need the involvement of private sector also to totally clean the air in India. Now there are various societal impacts at the health level, at the public level, such as that if air pollution is totally removed, is totally cured, then the annual estimated 16 lakh deaths due to air pollution will be uh, stopped, will be reverted. Then the most vulnerable group due to air pollution are the elderly and the children. They will also be saved from unintentional health effects due to polluted air. To overcome all these things, huge public awareness is required, because until and unless public is not aware about the various air pollution control programs, nothing can be done. Public participation is important so that this air pollution control program achieves its success. There are societal benefits also, such that if NCAP targets could reduce respiratory disease by 20 to 30% and improve overall public health and promote equity by focusing on slums and industrial zones. The participation challenge is that public engagement, which has to be improved. The awareness has to be improved among the people at large, because the grievance portals exist, but they require more outreach to increase the citizen involvement. The practical implementation of MCAP, there are various challenges, such as enforcement challenges, weak enforcement due to understaffed agencies, interstate coordination issues, and climate factors like temperature inversion hinder the consistent pollution control efforts. Clean air action plan for each city needs to be developed by the state pollution control board, because the environment, the weather conditions, the meteorology at each city differs. Therefore one common plan for throughout the country cannot be successful. So each city needs to have their own plan, and for that the state pollution control board should work effectively. There are various success stories also, such as Delhi's graded response action plan that helped to reduce the winter pollution peaks by 10 to 15% by following a odd and even vehicle scheme. And there was a ban on construction activity also. But this success was achieved only after a peak pollution in Delhi city like Delhi was observed for few years during winters. So we wake up quite late. So that should not happen. There can be success stories only if action are taken at the proper time. NCAP has trained over 10,000 officials to enhance the local governance, compliance monitoring, and use of technologies like drones for real-time pollution tracking. But still, 10,000 officials are not enough for a country like India, which has population of more than 140 crores. But then there is saying that something is better than nothing. Therefore, it is good also as well as bad also. We need our capacity to be improved. Better interstate coordination is required for complete control over the air pollution, such as coordination between Punjab and Delhi remains challenging, especially for managing the stubble burning smoke affecting the multiple regions. Stubble burning is one of the important factors for pollution in region like Delhi during winters, and therefore to overcome this, a proper coordination between Punjab and Delhi needs to be there. Use of mechanized road sweeping, promotion of CNG vehicles, and deployment of monitoring drones can improve the practical pollution management on ground. As per the updated and latest highlights about the NCAP Phase 2, which was launched on May 15, 2025, uh, there was an emphasis on flexible funds use for 82 cities, and there was prioritizing of high impact projects like electric vehicles, infrastructure, and urban green belts. There was updated list of non-attainment cities because there is many changes from 2019 when initially the NCAP was launched, and now in 2025 almost 6 years has passed and many cities have performed better than others. So there was an updated non-attainment city list was created. There was a report like tracing the hazy air 2025, which shows that there is almost 20% reduction in PM 2.5 at national level compared to 2016, and 40% of the cities have improved their air quality compared to 2019 to 2024. Now there has greater emphasis on enhanced emission inventories, integration of climate co-benefits such as black carbon reduction and mortality risk reduction. Fiscal and funding status. The 15th Finance Commission grants concluded in 2025-26 promoted discussions on sustained funding and greater fiscal autonomy for the cities. Significant success like Varanasi's 72% PM reduction contrast with ongoing challenges in enforcement and uneven progress across the cities highlights that success can be achieved in air pollution control, but dedicated team is required, dedicated monitoring and enforcement of law is required to achieve that. So the challenges ahead are NCAP struggles with inadequate air quality data. Data on air quality is very much required to train the programs. The programs which forecast air quality, we need a lot amount of data, big data, and therefore NCAP struggles. It does not has adequate number of air quality data. And then further reforms are required, which include stricter penalties for violators, formation of regional pollution control commissions, enhanced monitoring, and aligning the national standards more closely with the stringent WHO guidelines. In a country like India, the developed states such as Gujarat, Maharashtra, they still have a very effective and working pollution control board, the state pollution control board, but the smaller states such as Chhattisgarh still does not have that much stronger or active pollution control board. Now this willingness to have a strong pollution control board needs to come from a political channel, otherwise these things cannot be achieved. So the politicians, I'm specifically speaking about the Chhattisgarh at this point. uh, in Chhattisgarh, the political willingness has to come, then only the pollution control board in Chhattisgarh could work effectively. Otherwise, what happens is, even though if the central government brings some laws regarding the pollution control uh, or air pollution management programs, what happens at the back door is the owners of industries or big facilities, they manipulate the politicians, and finally such things are appear only on papers. There is a global significance also of NCAP. With rapid urbanization, NCAP success could serve as a model for developing nations worldwide, showcasing scalable solutions for sustainable urban air quality management and climate co-benefits. So, NCAP is a bold initiative targeting India's air pollution with clear goals for 2025-2026. Its success depends on a lot of factors such as active participation from the policymakers, industries, local government, and citizens at large. By combining the scientific monitoring and community engagement, NCAP aims to improve health and productivity and environmental quality. To overcome the challenges requires innovation, enforcement, and awareness. Together, cleaner air is achievable when everyone contributes to its shared goals. So, this was the part one, which was a more generalized statement about the National Clean Air Program. More scientific or more detailed information about the technical aspects on air pollution will be discussed in part 2 of this video. So if you want to know the technical details, please watch the part 2. I hope to see you in next video. Till then, tata, bye bye, take care.